Welcome to Trading Lounge and the S&P 500 for the 5th of May, and starting on the daily chart here. As you know, we've been looking up for wave 1 and 2 here, and 3 and 4 here, and 5 here for wave 1. We're looking for wave 2 to pull back to the 50-60% retracement level, which is the medium level here, to 2,500. And we're looking for the move back down here in 3 waves. Now, first of all, it doesn't have to pull back down to this area through here, but what we are looking for is 3 waves, and we have our first wave here at the moment. So I've adjusted the wave count a little bit, but we're still on the same pathway. Okay, so there's going to be a slight change, but we're still exactly on the same path. So let's go in and have a look at that. So don't need to talk about the bearish count today so much. I'll just look at what's occurring at the moment and the count that we're tracking. So we've got our 5 waves up here, and of course wave 3 can sit over here for this, but I'm just going to leave it there just to be different. And we're looking at this move down where I had this as wave 1 here, but it actually has moved through the 61.8% retracement level, so I'm just going to move it down a little bit. I was going to put this as wave A here, and then wave B, which will pull back up to the 61.8% retracement level, and it may not get there as well. So it's very important for us to follow the structure through here. The Nasdaq is leading higher in this little trend to the upside, but in a nutshell, we're looking for 5 waves here, 3 waves here, and 5 waves here to make wave 2, and it may extend down. There can be Fibonacci relationships between wave A and C, and also B as well. So but at the end of the day, we just really want to track wave count. That's the job. So this move down through here, yesterday I had this as wave 1 over here, and then looking back for wave 2, but because it dropped lower, I'm not going to do that. We still may have to, but I doubt it. So this is just the 1 hour chart, and we counted 5 waves down here. We can have a look at that again. We'll look at the trading of this in a minute, but basically we're looking for the low. We are starting to see the rally here, and if I could just bring across the Nasdaq, because the S&P is a bit of a lazy dog at the moment. So the Nasdaq here, you can see, has pulled up higher here for this. So it's leading to the upside. So we'll keep an eye on both structures. This here, let's just go in and have a closer look at all of this, shall we? So just drilling in here. So from the low here, there's different ways to count this. This is just one count, okay? So it's the obvious count, but it could be counted differently. We have wave A here and wave B here, and then we're looking for a long C wave here. So and it may not be like this, so I may have to adjust this, but in this case here we're just looking at it as an A and a B and 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 here, and then we'll be looking at wave 3 here, which will be 1 and 2 and 3 here, and 4 here for that, and 5 up here for this. So we can move that over to here. This will be wave 4 here. Wave 5 is about right for wave 3. Wave 4 can pull back to the wave 4 here. We can just pull this blanket across, and wave 5 here. So how far this goes up, I don't know, but basically we can look to sell in this box here, but we'll also be looking closely at the wave structure as this unfolds up through here. So the tick chart here from the 15-minute chart, we'll have this, just double checking. Just check. Just take it back a bit further. So in this case, we've got wave 5 of A finishing off here on this low here, and we're looking at this as wave A here and wave B here. This may not be the case, as I mentioned before, but I just have to count it logically, and that's what I'm doing. So wave 1 and 2 here, that fits nicely. Wave 1 here and 2 here. We can see that this wave 1 is bigger than this one here, so we can see that the market's expanding to the upside. Once again, we're looking from 2 here, we're looking at 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for the third wave. Then we'll be back for the fourth wave and up for the fifth wave. There'll be a little ABC pattern playing out for wave 4 here, and also use the trading levels, and then we're up in our box up here, which we'll be looking to short from that point there. But we want to be, once this tops out here, then of course you can put in a very small amount right on the top if you like, but then also too you need to manage that stop. So I like to wait for the first little impulse wave down, and in 5 waves, as soon as I see 5 waves down, then I could put I can look to short under that low, or follow the ABC back up here and get it under the B wave here, and then move down from that point. So anyway, we'll pick all this up tomorrow. There's not like there's no drama in all this. We'll be closer to the turn here, and yeah, it's not a lot to add to this really. That's it. I think it's just a very short video. Everything's really going according to plan. I'll just look at this trade situation again. As I mentioned yesterday, with this is that I just left it open to people either to, because we were short here, either to take full profit here, not such a bad idea, or take a large percentage here, at least 80% as I mentioned, just to leave some skin in the game, because then your tension and your attachment is still within this structure, and we really want to add to this structure. Now, the Nasdaq may reach at 61.8%, but the S&P, because it's lagging, it may not. So we may end up just coming up into this little area through here. This is group 2 here, and at group 2, which is 65, 72 and 80, we can see that there is there's history here. So it may just get into that space there. So it's going to continue to struggle to the upside a little bit. So anyway, keep an eye on the Nasdaq, because if the Nasdaq hits it here first and starts to roll over, then you can short the Nasdaq in its green box, which is here. So it's much closer. And secondly, this particular line through here, this should not be breached. If this line is breached, then you can also short there as well. And when you're shorting lines like this, it's just the same as the trading levels as well. So if there's a line through here, what tends to happen, the market will come down, touch it, bounce off it, and then move through it, and then come back and test it. That retest is normally on lower volume than the previous trend here. And then we can look to short here on this, or if that's in 3 waves there, you can get the bottom of the B wave, or you can do it on the thing here on the line. The other thing I want to point out too, probably 5 or 10% of the time, because of the structures, you can get a retest here, a second retest before you drop. So make sure that your stop is away from that second retest. It doesn't happen a lot, but it's just a little bit annoying when it catches us out. So just be mindful of that. But the migration of going from support to resistance is the same. Is the same, with all of this as well. It comes down for the bounce, has a rally, and then drops through from that point. And that's it really. So I'll just won't waffle on any more than I have to today. So I'll leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.